Greetings, beloved family. I'm having a great time. It's just, there's so much that has been done to the collective, the human collective. This message is for everyone. From our awakening and understanding of the world and the universe and the matrix and the heritage of consciousness, there are many pitfalls and, you know, learning experiences. However, it's just what's missing is just so much. Beloved, it's so much. The human family don't know who they are. They don't even feel like they are gods. And being God is a list of what you are, beloved. It's hard to convey this message to the public without being ostracized or labeled as something, you know, not to be taken seriously in the sense that people believe that there's some sort of deity outside them that's going to judge them, that's going to punish them for acting out of ignorance or for doing anything. It's a diabolical state of reasoning to think that that if there was a creator of the universe, this entity would you know will hurt people unless they pray to it. It's kind of a totalitarian, barbaric narrative. And to think of this as someone, knowing the signature or the frequency of the energy of Source, and how beautiful and full of love and intelligence, it's so heartbreaking to see what humans have limited themselves to. It really is. And that's something most people will never get to understand unless they start awakening. The human heritage is beautiful. We are like, it's hard to explain. Like, being human is the most amazing thing in this galaxy. Do you feel like this is true? Do you feel like what we just said now has some truth in it? You don't need the news to tell you this. You have your own discerning tool and your deciding tool as well. So you decide, how do you feel about that statement that humans are the most precious thing in the galaxy in its infantry? Because when you look at the entire scope of it and looking at the future, removing time from it and seeing what humans will become and what they've experienced and who they really are and what they represent, being the newest kid in the universe, like, you are the latest expression of divine in this solar system, just putting it mildly. Yet see how humans are treated, see how the system treats humans, see how humans treat one another, see how humans feel about one another. And when someone tries to like remind people that, yo, we're all divine, we need to be kind to one another, we need to like support one another and be excited about life and not have to go through it in survival in this totalitarian prison facility, because it really is a prison, but people cannot see the walls and they don't think that they can never exist a prison without walls. The prison is in your mind, beloved. You do not see, you do not feel it. That's it. There's a saying that those who do not hear the music thought those who are dancing are crazy. And right now, it's just so apparent that most humans, billions of people are lost in this. They can't hear the music. They are not feeling the love from source. Like, science isn't close to this. So how do we explain it to humans, telling them that you are electromagnetic, there's some field of energy around your body that enhances and kind of, I don't it's hard to explain, kind of supports this body. Let's put it this way. I woke up this morning with some field around my head running through, and I could feel the kind of like a fast spinning circle or a fan, but just something that was just around my body, and it was like an energy downloading field of. And in that moment, I'm getting a whole lot of information and awareness in my head, and I'm going through, yeah, this is true, and this is new information, and expanded my consciousness just in the moment. And it's so much love. Like, it's hard to explain. It's so beautiful. But humans will not understand this unless they participate in their own awakening. No one can show this to you. No one will write it in a book because it's something that's general knowledge. It's just like no one will write in the book that the human, you control your leg. It's not in the book anyway. Everyone knows that you control your leg, you control your, the anatomy of your biology. Everyone knows this. So no one is writing it in the book like it's something new. This is how this information is, in the early ages of the human experience. This was known, and everyone was feeling like it was so exciting. This is how we're able to create. Many of all the animals on this planet were not just done by some being outside you. Some of the humans, it's so beautiful what humans have achieved in the past, and it's so sad how fucked up, bruh, fucked up. And this is because humans are supporting low consciousness shenanigans. Humans are supporting fools and employing fools to, lead them. Look at your environment and ask yourself what's the quality of the consciousness or the intelligence of the famous people or the people you call idols. This is what they call false idols. It's not something that has to do with some voodoo. It has to do with the words sometimes, the anagrams, the way things are being portrayed. If you look at your environment, you start to see so many of the diabolical things that many people have accepted as normal. All your movies have to do with death, murder, and gone, and you're wondering why there's so much violence in the land. You have blood in the music, blood on the dance floor, blood, and all this whole diabolical shenanigans is fostered by your attention. The more you put attention on evil things, the more evil prospers. And evil likes to be seen, and evil doesn't know when to stop. So the more you encourage the show, the more you patronize and promote, low consciousness shenanigans, diabolical things, the lower the energy of the collective will remain, and humans will remain in denial of what we're saying. Listen, you are the gods, period. You just don't understand this because you're not there yet, in the sense that you come alive as a child, you come perfect, innocent, and then you have all this information in your exterior world telling you what reality is, that you're born of sin. Really, how dirty is that? That narrative and that belief system goes into the consciousness of a child and then reprograms their DNA to think less of themselves. So that way they block away any higher dimensional communication. The body is simply a transmitter, a transducer. It receives information. Everything is electromagnetic. So if you follow from that perspective, you can now start seeing yourself as simply an extension of divine. And that's exactly what humans, each and every one, is. But until you awaken this beautiful, benevolent energy that you're a part of and start seeing yourself for who you really are, you will be in denial of the fact that you're amazing, that you're divine, that you are God. You have religious doctrine that have, labeled humans as less than magnificent, and it's just so disappointing that so many of you believe in this. So many of you believe that divine will punish you. Divine is beautiful. Divine is funny. He, she, everything. The universe is feminine. She caters to everyone. Like, just hang in there and trust that the universe will deliver. She never fails. He never fails. The universe never fails. But you have to trust, and that trust comes from understanding that you're worth it. Period. People have lost self-worth. A child is born with only two fears, do you know? The child is born with the fear of falling and the fear of loud noise. Every other fear that is present in your biology, your consciousness, you absorb from the exterior reality. The informations in your world just sets you down. And, you know, we can only, do as best as we can to let you know about this beautiful energy. But until you experience it for yourself, you'll never know. And you can continue labeling us as whatever you want. but we'll be in the love and we'll still hold space for you all because we love all of you and we feel the energy. And some of this message is actually from directly from divine as us being an emissary of the light and love of the divine. We love you all. And be kind to one another. It raises your vibration too. Support to one another raises your vibration too. So, you know,